Would love to have you as part of our little family. Looking for our lovelies that when I lost my channel, don't know that I'm back. So, join our family. We talk about anything. Got a friend that says we talk about anything from astronauts to underwear. You never know what you're going to get here. But we're one big happy family and we'd love to have you. So be sure and thumbs up and share if you could. We'd like to get the word out so all of our original people can join in with the new people and we can have a good time. So if you don't want to have the meet and greet, fast forward to the 10-minute mark because I meet and greet for the first 10 minutes. And somebody's there. Hello, hello. I made it. Welder Princess. Oh my word, there you are. There you are. You found me. Oh my gosh. It is so good to see you. So I take it you're still welding. You did so good. I was so proud of you. Still I am. Still planting those gardens. Are you working too hard? It's it is so good to see you. Piece by piece by piece, we're getting our family back. I am so thrilled. It took me over 2 years to get this channel back after it was hijacked. Nightmare. Nightmare. So, listen, my body is broken. I'm working at Walmart. Honey, what happened? What happened? What happened? I've got more mods than I do people that come in and watch. But y'all are the ones that are finding me, so I don't care. I don't care. I remember at one point in time, Renee Thomas modded everybody that came into her live. Bless her heart, I don't blame her. Except the crazy ones. Yeah, I'm all gray now. Lots of nerve stuff. Had a foot drop on the left. Oh my gosh. You don't have MS, do ya? Because I have foot drop with my MS. I'm real careful these days because as I approach 65 in September, I'm scared to death I'm going to fall and break a hip. But until I really started being careful, I was falling all the time. I still have trouble with steps. Oh, I'm so sorry, honey. I really hate that. I will keep you in my prayers. Yes, I will. Yes, I will. Love your heart. But anyway, Welder Princess, Friday night at 9 o'clock. Yes, we all will. Praise God. I'm going live Friday nights at 9 o'clock. Competing with Dabu, I figured out this week because I couldn't go live this Friday. So I went live last night with my topic. And everybody wanted me to go ahead and do the live today because I do lives at 3 o'clock Eastern Standard Time on Sunday. And on Saturday nights that Ethan's not here, I might do Saturday night lives and just do them Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So go back and look at some of my videos. I've been spicy talking about Uncle Billy G and uh, AI. And I had a conversation with AI. Crazy stuff. But I started on the little channel. There's my sweet uh, Sonny. I know I have not answered anybody's emails. When the only time I'm alone is when I go, okay, and you don't have to. I got a couple of really good ones on the little channel. If you're not, I changed the name of it because I was in anticipation of getting this channel back May the 4th. So I started the end of January, 1st of February, sometime doing lives over there. I was really surprised that channel grew in a month by 50 subscribers. I can't get this one to do anything. But anyway, I just want my lovelies back. If I can get my lovelies back, I'll just be happy as I can be. And every week I get one or two back. It just thrills me to death. Um, Sonny, do you remember the Welder Princess? I forget what your first name was. Your first screen name was when you got your welding degree. You changed it to Welder Princess. What was your first screen name? I can't remember. Oh, Andrea. Oh, didn't remember that. Oh my gosh. I'm just crazy. But I do meet and greets and give everybody about 10 minutes to get in. And then I start on my topic at 10 after while I'm waiting for people to come in. Yeah, it has. I wasn't doing a whole lot before I lost my channel when it got hijacked to the ground. Man, they went and messed with my videos, and I've got about 20 all screwed up. But I'm going to wait till I get on a laptop. I'm not even in West Virginia, Weldon Princess. I have to stay with that boy Ethan. Man, I wish you could see Ethan. Let's see if I can pull my shirt down. I've got a shirt on, but I've got pajama pants on. Y'all don't care. Let's see. Let me pull this one down again. You know, Ethan was 2.5 when I started my channel, and this was on our trip in August, last August, coming across the country. Let me see if I can get him in there. Look at that boy. He's going into 3rd grade. There you go. His little cowboy boots. He wanted his school picture and bent over all his cowboy boots. Kids thought he was crazy. I know, going into 3rd grade. So anyway, we spent 13 months in Roanoke, Virginia, and then she decided she wanted to be closer to her family, moved across the United States. So I'm 4.5 days away. But we're leaving the end of June and going to West Virginia. John off the grid garage. Hey, let me see, what'd that say? Hi there. Northwest Georgia. Man, I can hear that accent in my mind. Oh, I love Georgia accent, Mississippi accent, Louisiana accent. I'm from southern West Virginia. Most West Virginians like Sweet Earth Farms. She's from the middle of West Virginia, but was upper West Virginia. She don't have the accent I do. There's like 5 accents in West Virginia. And where we are now, and I don't tell nobody where we are now. I'm not being bothered and want to keep it that way. People go, well, you talk funny. Where are you from? Oh my gosh. Off-grid garage. I've got an off-grid farm. Wait a minute. Oh, did you take it down because you had it twice? Hello, John from Oklahoma. I thought he said Georgia. Did I miss somebody? Northwest Georgia. Oh, you're from Oklahoma. Oh my gosh. English is hard. Oh, Lord have mercy, girl. Oh, what a mess. What a mess. I'm tired. I couldn't sleep last night. And then couldn't sleep in. Had to get up, get Ethan ready for church. And so anyway, I'm across the country because I go where he goes. You know how that goes. I was going to drive to West Virginia. All kinds of plans. Was coming through Oklahoma. I could have stopped and seen you. But she nixed that. Ruined all of our plans. Well, John, I've got an off-grid farm. So you're off-grid in your garage? And listen, you get on an airplane these days, they ask you, do you have any lithium-ion batteries in your check-in? They can catch on fire and we got to check. Listen, I brought my little generators here because I heard there was a lot of power outages. And I need them for the farm for the 6 weeks we're going to be there. It's my porch lights and my kitchen light. I don't know. Might have to hook them all up to that Blue Addy. Oh, mercy. How's this? Oh, the Ralph's garage underneath. And a house on top. Oh, that's cool. Listen, we never know. Not having my channel, I lost and couldn't remember who all I was subscribed to. And yesterday, Green Greg popped up, and I've always liked to listen to him. Man, I had to turn him off. I haven't watched anything but these homestead mamas that have 6 to 10 kids, cook for them and can and do all kinds of stuff. And he was in, all of the news. And of course, I went back, to watch some of his videos. And I thought, man, I'm getting stressed out. I haven't listened to this stuff in forever. I turned it off. But he went to Arizona. He's in the desert. I don't know how he thinks he's going to haul enough dirt and mulch and stuff in there to grow a garden. But he used to work for NASA. He was a electrical engineer, and he'd give him heck, buddy. And the government, he don't hold back. So that's why I never paid any attention that he worked for NASA. But I don't know why he determined Arizona was so safe. And he was kicking the sand around, the dirt, dry as it could be. I hope he bought property there a long time ago. He's trying to get a lot of people to move out there with him. Oh, do you watch him? I wondered, he said he had 40 acres, and, I think he's older than I am. And I thought, what in the world is he going to do? Is he trying to build a community? Or, well, I don't know how you could get anybody to want to do a community in that dust. I love him. I love his news. I love his opinion. But man, what a mess. Oh, it's already 13 after. I got to get started on the topic, even if there is just 3 of us. I guess everybody that wanted me to go live forgot about it. I am going to, since it's Sunday, lots of times I start us out with a scripture. So smart that I knew the stuff that he was saying probably true. Yes, I believe every word he said. I do, because he was the first YouTuber that was telling stuff that when we were all, a bunch of us modding for a bigger channel that I shall not name and don't want anybody else to name in chat, had a contact, and we were hearing stuff, every bit of it, but one thing so far has come to pass, and he was telling most of what we were hearing. So I knew he was telling the truth. Okay, so see my line and my cross. Love me some Jesus now. I just opened this up and just going to read wherever I opened it up. And it's going to be Ephesians 2:18. For through him we both have access by one Spirit unto the Father. Now therefore ye are no more strangers or foreigners, but fellow citizens with the saints and the household of God. God's kids. Yes, we are. Believe in the power of prayer. Listen, all the stuff that happened back then. I'm a true believer. Yes, I have seen miracles. I have experienced miracles. No intercession needed. Nope. Nope, nope, nope. Linda B, how are you, honey? I just read our little scripture about us being citizens with the saints. Okay. Our topic is weird laws. And I'm going to ask y'all, I'm going to tell y'all that they're in alphabetical order. I'm going to ask you if you think it's true or false. You can just put a 1 if it's true, 2 if it's false, or T if it's true, F if it's false, whatever you want to do. So good to see you, Linda B. I am so glad we are piece by piece getting our family together. I'm afraid Sundays are going to dwindle down because summer's coming and people are busy and, after church, they've got things to do. But anyway, I found some of the craziest stuff y'all have ever heard of. Okay. In Alabama, is it illegal to wear a fake mustache in church? Wait a minute, I opened up the wrong one. Do y'all think it's illegal in Alabama or ever was illegal in Alabama? True. Yes, you are correct. The origin is because it might cause laughter in church, and it was a local church ordinance from the early 1900s to prevent disruptions during services. So that is true. It was illegal to wear a fake mustache to church. Yeah, he probably thought he was dressing up. I mean, come on. Give him a break. Oh my gosh. The summer's been weird. Okay, y'all talk. Okay, Alaska. Do you think it's illegal to push a live moose out of a moving airplane? True or false? True or false? Do you think it's illegal in Alaska to push a moose out of a moving airplane? True? Well, nope, it's false. It's a humor legend and no record of an actual law, probably a joke based on wildlife hazards. But, you could shoot a moose and have one of those airplanes and be hauling it in, and that sucker come to life, and, they're big. I wouldn't want to be in an airplane with a live moose. I'd push that sucker out. Oh, I've been telling them it did a fake death. Okay, Arizona. We were just talking about Arizona. Here is the law. No spitting in public buildings or sidewalks in Goodyear. I guess Goodyear, Arizona. No spitting inside buildings or sidewalks in Arizona. It's illegal to spot moose from an airplane and signal hunter. Oh, I bet it is. That's like spotlighting. Okay. True. You think it's true? Okay. The origin. Local hygiene ordinances in the 1900s rule against spitting to prevent the spread of disease. You were right. Yep. Everybody chewed a chawa backer. That's what my grandpa always said. Okay. Arkansas. Is it legal to sound a horn at a sandwich shop after 9 p.m.? Is it illegal to sound a horn at a sandwich shop after 9 p.m.? True or false? This phone don't scroll. Was true. What was true in Washington State? You don't know? Okay. It's probably an urban legend. No known record, likely a joke based on Southern etiquette norms. You know, you gotta follow your etiquette. Okay. Here's Crazy California law. Women may not drive in a house coat in California. I did my little live taking Ethan to school in my pajamas and house coat not long ago. So, is it illegal for women to drive in a house coat in California? Hey, Miss CJ Blaze. How are you, honey? Look, we got Welder Princess. Sweet Earth Farm. You think it's fake? Welder Princess thinks it's fake. Okay. It was absolutely a decency law in the 20th century, but not currently on the law books. So at one point in time, it was against the law to drive, a woman to drive in her house coat. Thank goodness. I don't want to be, I don't want to be arrested for being in my house coat. Okay. Colorado. Is it illegal to ride a horse while under the influence? I don't know why this is just under Colorado, because this is under almost all 50 states. Is it illegal to ride a horse while under the influence? True? Yes, ma'am, it's true. It's illegal to ride a horse. It's illegal to ride a bicycle. It is illegal. I had a guy taught DUI classes in West Virginia. It was he was in a DUI class because he had a beer between his legs and mowing his grass. And he screwed up and got on the sidewalk to go 2 houses down to mow his mama's grass. And they gave him a DUI on a riding lawnmower on a sidewalk. And I had more than one person that had a DUI on a bicycle. But they were those the bicyclers, they were showing themselves. Okay. And that is true in Colorado. Yes, it is illegal to ride a horse under the influence of alcohol. Connecticut. A pickle must bounce to be considered a pickle. In Connecticut, a pickle must bounce to be considered a pickle. Oh, did you? Okay. So since we've got 50 to go through, I'm going to speed this up a little bit. The origin is true in 1948, a law ensuring pickle quality standards. It must bounce to be sold. Remember way back in the day, they had the big old jars of pickles sitting in the little stores. You could go get you a soda float and all that stuff. DUI on, yeah, you can get DUI on anything that moves that you can need control of. Delaware. Is it, let's see. Is it legal to sell or distribute perfume as a surprise gift? Is it legal to sell or distribute perfume as a surprise gift? In, oh, it's Delaware. Did I get, yeah, I got the pickle. In Delaware. That is true. It was a local town ordinance that they had in place because of moral rules in the 1800s, but not a state law. So it was an ordinance, but not a state law. Okay, Florida. Is it illegal to sell your children? Oh my gosh. That law was misinterpreted by somebody that tried to claim, well, it is illegal to sell your children. But anyway, it is illegal to sell your children, but what I found that made it funny is it was about child labor laws. We went over work permits last night, child labor laws, but somebody tried to make it about trying to get out of trouble over child labor laws about nobody sold them the children. Hey, Moonface 5, how are you? Did you see Welder Princess? She found us. Hey, we'll get everybody back. Okay. Oh, Welder Princess, I tell everybody if you're in somebody's live and you see somebody we know, let them know I'm back. And okay, Hawaii. Is it legal to place coins in your ears? There is no such law. It is a myth. Idaho. Is it legal to sweep dirt from your house into the street? It was not a state law, but it was an ordinance in Idaho that you could not sweep your dirt out of the house into the street. Okay. Illinois. Is it legal to give a dog whiskey in Illinois? There is no explicit law on the books that says don't give your dog whiskey, but because of animal cruelty laws, if you had your dog drunk and you were in public, you could get in trouble for it. Indiana, is it legal to catch fish with your bare hands? Is it illegal to catch fish with your bare hands? It's partially true. It don't give me what the partially true part is, but noodling, you know, where you go into the mud on the side of the bank, noodling is legal. So I don't know what it's talking about. This was just something spur of the moment I thought might be funny. I got a kick out of it last night, but I was probably tired. Iowa, is it illegal to throw a brick onto a highway? I saw somebody throw a brick off a bridge one time and hit a car, broke the window. Okay. Yes, it is illegal to throw a brick onto a highway in Iowa because of highway safety. And it includes and prohibits any kind of debris. So no matter what it is, you can't throw it on the road in Iowa. Kansas. Is it illegal to modify the weather without a state license? I thought this to be very interesting. In Kansas, is it illegal to modify the weather without a state license? Yes, that is true. Weather modification requires permits under state law. I'd be checking out Kansas state laws, what I'd be doing if I was there. Well, I guess we could anywhere. Okay, Kentucky. Is it illegal to carry ice cream in your back pocket? Is it illegal to carry an ice cream cone in your back pocket in the state of Kentucky? There's no law on the books. They think it came through the years as an urban legend. However, they would put anything in their back pockets when they were back in the day training horses to get that horse to follow the owner. So it's not legal to carry food in your back pocket when you're training your horse, I guess. Louisiana, is it illegal to steal an alligator? Is it illegal to steal an alligator in the state of Louisiana? I hate this phone won't scroll. Where are we at? Okay, that's fine. Now you want ice cream. It is illegal to steal an alligator in the state of Louisiana, legal under anti poaching laws, specifically listed in the state wildlife code. Who's going to steal a alligator? I mean, right, who'd you steal one from? I don't know. Okay, Maine. Is it illegal to park in front of Dunkin' Donuts in South Berwick? Is it illegal to park in front of Dunkin' Donuts in South Berwick, Maine? Yes, it is, because they passed a no parking law to reduce congestion on main streets. So you better be parking somewhere else and walking off a few calories to get the Dunkin' Donuts. Maryland, is it illegal to ask a line to the movies? Is it illegal to take a line to the movies? No. It's an urban legend, but they do tell that there is a law. Anything that's an urban legend, these are told, repeated by people as laws, and they're not actually laws. Okay, Massachusetts. Is it illegal to give beer to hospital patients? Is it illegal to give beer to a hospital patient in the state of Massachusetts? It's a hospital rule, but it's not a state law. Minnesota. Minnesota. Is it illegal to cross the state line with a duck on your head? Is it illegal to cross the state line with a duck on your head? Some of these laws are crazy. Yes, they are. Well, that happens to be true because of migratory bird laws that prohibit certain transport without permits. So they don't care how you transport it. You can't take a bird from Minnesota and cross the state line with it. So I don't guess it matters if it's on your head or not. Mississippi. Is it illegal to teach polygamy in school? Multiple wives, like a certain church participates. Yes, it is. You cannot teach that. There's a state law that bans it. Okay? Listen, anytime there's a law, it's because somebody's done something to cause them to have to put that in law so other people don't try it. What moron was trying to teach polygamy in school in Mississippi? And I love Mississippi. Missouri. Is it illegal to drive with an uncaged bear? That reminds me of that crazy movie where the deer come to life in the car. No. Urban legend. Somebody told it, but there is no law. No evidence of any such law. Montana. Is it illegal to have a sheep in the cab of your truck without a chaperone? Know what that's talking about. Can't be alone with the sheep. You need a chaperone. Ranchers might get lonely. Oh, Lord. It came through the ages as a legend. It's not true. But it was told that it was true, but it's not true. Montana. Is it illegal to have? Oh, no. I just told that one. That was the sheep. Nebraska. Is it illegal to sneeze in church during a sermon? Is it illegal to sneeze in church during a sermon? Grand Spring News says there's a doomsday plane alert. Man, that boy's on the news. No matter, somebody could have a little toot and he's going to report it, man. I'm telling you. And he works 2 jobs, I think. It is not a law that you cannot sneeze in church during a sermon, but it is part of church etiquette not to sneeze in church. You don't have any notice if you're going to sneeze? How in the world do you get out of it? New Hampshire. Is it illegal to collect seaweed at night? In New Hampshire, is it illegal to collect seaweed at night? I swear where people come up with some of this stuff. Okay, I can't see the comments. That is true. In 1973, a 1973 law prohibits seaweed collection at night to protect beaches. Okay, I don't know how that protects beaches. New Jersey. Is it illegal to frown at a police officer? Is it illegal to frown at a police officer? That's in New Jersey. That is an urban legend, but police officers do expect respect. I mean, they could get you to roll your eyes at them if they wanted to. New Mexico. Is it illegal to dance while wearing a sombrero? In New Mexico, is it illegal to dance while wearing a sombrero? Well, my lovelies, historically, 1910, voting right restrictions. It was voted into law. You can't dance with your sombrero on, but it's not a law today. They took it off of the books. New York. Is it illegal to greet someone by putting your thumb to your nose and wiggling your fingers? In New York. It was never a law. Nobody got, it was not a law book. But people got awful upset in New York if you did that because they did not want any rude gestures, I guess, that they didn't originate. Man, if you're in a crisis, New York will come to your aid. But if you're not, and you're not from New York, they can be pretty rude to you. North Carolina. Is it illegal to plow a field with an elephant? Is it illegal to plow a field with an elephant? There is no such state law, but they do believe at some point in time, I guess old circus animals or something. It's an old school rule. It was just a rule through the farmer community, but it's not on the books. North Dakota. Is it illegal to lie down and fall asleep with your shoes on? Is it illegal to lie down and fall asleep with your shoes on? In the state of North Dakota. Well, it's true. And they made that a law because of vagrants sleeping on the streets. And they thought that would deter vagrants from sleeping on the streets if they couldn't sleep in their shoes. Okay. CJ, Ohio. Is it illegal to fish for whales on Sunday? No, it is not illegal in the state of Ohio to fish for whales on Sunday. However, there are many, many, many fish conservation laws that do exist that you need to be aware before you go fishing in the state of Ohio. No. It's a landlocked state. You can't get to a well. Okay, Oklahoma. Is it illegal to make ugly faces at dogs? In Oklahoma, is it illegal to make ugly faces at dogs? No, it's a old legend that was told that it was a law, but there is no actual law on the books about it. Oregon. Is it illegal to test your physical endurance while driving a car on the highway? In the state of Oregon, is it illegal to test your physical endurance while driving a car on the highway? It is true. State traffic laws prohibit certain stunts while driving. God. Pennsylvania. HG. Homegrown always watches the replay. Here you go, Homegrown. See if you know the answer. Is it illegal to sing in the bathtub? In the state of Pennsylvania, is it illegal to sing in the bathtub? No, it's a humor legend, no record on the law book, but it was an older decency rule that existed. You know, they used to have, what were those houses called? Hey, Susie, where people just go rent a room. Maybe that's what they're talking about. Rhode Island. Is it illegal to bite off someone else's leg? Urban legend. I don't know who tried to bite off somebody's leg, but that's just an urban legend. But it's not a law. South Carolina. South Carolina. Do we have anybody from South Carolina? Where are you from, Susie? No. Where are you from? One of the Susie's was. Okay. Hey, Shannon. Somebody drop her link. She's got trivia tonight at 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. See, I remembered your little commercial, Shannon. Anybody that has a channel and you say, will you drop my link, please? Somebody with a wrench, drop their link. Yes. That's your trivia, isn't it? I forgot where I was at. South Carolina. Is it illegal to keep a horse in a bathtub? No. It was likely a joke, but it was told that it was a law. South Dakota. Is it illegal to fall asleep in a cheese factory? South Dakota. Is it illegal to fall asleep in a cheese factory? No such law on record. It was likely a joke through the cheese factory workers. Tennessee. Is it illegal to share your Netflix password? In the state of Tennessee, is it illegal to share your Netflix password? Hey, Josh. How are you, honey? My live chat hasn't come up yet on my video from last night, so I couldn't see if you told me that you were Josh from Oklahoma or the other Josh. Farming Mama 5. Okay, what was the question I got? Yes, it's partially true because the digital theft could apply when sharing passwords. But if old Netflix finds out you shared your password and there's too many, because they can keep track of it, too many TVs on your account, they won't at first lock down your Netflix account. They charge you $10 extra a month for having too many TVs. How did I find that out? Because I had to give the password in the household to get the Netflix on the main TV, and the person I gave it to all of her adult children. They had it in their homes, on their TVs, and on their phones. And I had almost a $40 Netflix bill. So what did I do? I changed the password and locked everybody out of that sucker. So that's what they did. But in Tennessee, it's against law because of digital theft laws. Texas. Is it illegal to shoot a buffalo from a second story of a hotel in Texas? Is it? See, some of these, you got to consider it can go back to the way back, hundreds and stuff. There is no such record of shooting buffalo from a hotel. That is a humor legend that was told. Utah. Is it illegal to not drink milk? In Utah, is it illegal to not drink milk? No, that is a humor legend that was told to children to get them to drink their milk. Vermont. Is it illegal to whistle underwater? Is it illegal to whistle underwater? How do you whistle underwater? I'm a good swimmer. I don't know how you'd whistle underwater. Anyway, it's a humor legend, no record of underwater whistling laws. The state of Washington. Is it illegal to pretend your parents are rich? It is not illegal to pretend your parents are rich, but it was a joke that was told about entitlement. People acting entitled. And it was frowned upon and people didn't like it. Okay. West Virginia. Is it illegal to tie your horse up in front of the courthouse? In West Virginia, is it illegal to tie your horse up in front of the courthouse? Where you at, Miss Sunny? West Virginia, is it illegal to tie your horse up in front of the courthouse? Yes, it is. There's no post now. But even when you could tie your posts up or tie your horse up on, the hitching post, you could not tie your horse in front of the courthouse. And last I checked, you checking on chickens? It was still on the books. Still on the books. Okay, Wisconsin. We've only got two more. Wisconsin. Is it illegal to serve apple pie in public restaurants without cheese? In Wisconsin, is it illegal to serve apple pie in public restaurants without cheese? We bought some Wisconsin cheese on the way out here and forgot about it and let it go by in the cooler. And oh my God, it was expensive. It is illegal. Let's see. It is a cultural tradition, not a law. Serving cheese with apple pie is customary. Ooh, I can't imagine. I love all kinds of cheese. I can't even imagine Havarti cheese tasting good with a piece of apple pie. But now they make me want to try it. Probably won't. Okay, Wyoming, the last state. Is it illegal to take a picture of a rabbit from January to April without a permit? In Wyoming, is it illegal to take a picture of a rabbit from January to April without a permit? Yes, that is true. The permit is required for wildlife photography during certain seasons. So don't be, hey, Rip Curl, don't be in Wyoming taking pictures of rabbits from January to April because it's against the law. Now, a new law, my sister sent me an article on West Virginia today that, or ordinance or something, or they're trying to make it into a law, or they're working on making it into a law that if you have a miscarriage, you can be arrested And depending on how far along you were, you can be charged with a felony, because if it is actually, a fully formed little body, you can't just bury it yourself, because there are laws regarding how humans should be buried. But if you're just in the few weeks and really don't know but suspect, or um, you can. But if you can make out, and the article said, in the toilet, the formation of any stage. Now, if you can't make out the formation, it doesn't apply. But if you can make out the formation, you have to report it to the police that you just had a miscarriage. They're gonna abuse that and make somebody an example over nothing. I didn't even know I was pregnant, had a miscarriage. Had to go to the doctor because the man was about to bleed to death. I went, oh, you've had a miscarriage. Well, they're saying they're going to put in that law that they can't flush, body parts of an aborted baby down the toilet. Mine was, because I didn't know I lost a baby. So, but I can't imagine unless somebody calls and writes somebody out. And see, that's what everything, this is not what this is going toward. If you're that far along, you shouldn't receive. But yeah. Yep. Exactly. I didn't. I finally stopped. I don't know why they didn't do one, but I didn't even know I was pregnant. Oh, well, I hate that. But I knew something was wrong when, I just felt like my body was just going to crash into itself. I was going to turn inside out. What was I going to say? That's not unusual. I got to go get my blood work Monday so I can get all my vitamins and nutrients and everything. You two twice? No, my first one. I always thought it was a girl. For some reason, when I found out I miscarried, I always thought it was a girl. But I miscarried in December, and I went and bought a December birthday. My mom's birthday was in December. So I thought, well, I'll meet it in heaven. It was a little soul. So I wanted birthstones of all three of my children, but the one I didn't have. I know. Maybe it sounds crazy. I have no idea. What y'all think of that? Maybe that was TMI. I don't know. Oh, I said that last night in the live. I forgot in that crazy live. I said, I've got 1,300 views on my little shorts on TikTok, and those people just don't want nothing to do with me. But there's all kinds of old people over there. I don't know why they don't want anything to do with me. I've tried to be nice. Tuesday, I'm reading the book of Ezekiel, chapters 1 through 5. Okay? Very good. Every Sunday night, I try to make it to your live, or at least listen to it or something. And ever since you started coming in on Sunday, Ethan's mom comes in right at my time, which is your 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. And I just can't get there because the time change. And I hate that. But one of these days I'm going to. One of these days I am going to, because I love the Bible trivia. But anyway, when I was talking about the push button phones, what I left out, and it hit me after it was all over, was remembering when we had the 100-foot cord. You went and got the straight cord that plugged into the wall and connected to your phone, and the biggest one you could get first was 25 feet, and then they finally put out a 50-foot one. And then the little curly part that went from your phone to the handheld thing, you could get another 50 feet of it. And that thing was always in a tangled mess. And you'd have somebody stretching the phone and twisting it, and somebody trying to pull the knots out. I mean, it would tangle up like a, what's those metal things that they show going down the steps? It would tangle up like one of those. What is that thing called? Oh my gosh. Slinky, yes. So you'd have to have somebody in the middle making sure that those little curlies on the phone cord wasn't locking up or tangling up, and that was a bi-weekly ordeal, untangling that stupid phone cord. But that was not a Gen X thing, because it was our people born in the 40s and 50s that did that. My grandparents didn't do it, but my mama did, because she needed, yes, it drove everybody nuts. Drove everybody nuts. Oh my gosh. And you'd take off, and then that thing would jerk you back, and then it would pull on the cord that was going into the phone. And they just had little plastic clips. You'd push it down and put it in your phone. I don't know how many of those we ended up breaking by getting our curly part to the receiver tangled up and yanking on them. And as a matter of fact, in our area, my mama was the first one that ever did that. And then everybody that come in the house, because we used to have a lot of company back then, that was in our hometown. Then I started doing it. And then come and ask her, how do you keep that from knotting up? Well, me and the girls untangled a couple times a week. My dad, he hated that. But, we were busy. If we were putting up laundry, cleaning our room, whatever we were doing, going out on the deck to sit in the sun, it didn't matter. We wanted to be mobile. We were ready for cell phones, because we needed to be mobile. We couldn't sit on our butts and talk on the phone all day. We had to be busy while we was talking on the phone. Oh, Lord. And she got rid of the heavy one, the little boxy one that would sit on a table, and she got the one on the wall. And she did the same thing to the one on the wall, with it plugged into the wall and the cord, so we weren't dragging a heavier phone. It was the little slender phone. And that little silly thing, I thought that it flopping around, at least the bigger, heavier phone would scoot. That little thing flopping around, I always thought it made that knot worse, but she wouldn't listen to me. I don't want to drag that heavy phone around. So we had the wall phone all decked out like that. We had a party line. I asked about party lines last night. What state are you in? We didn't have a party line. They had stopped party lines, but anybody that had a party line, they didn't take them away. And my great-grandmother had a party line. Yes, you'd have to pick that phone up real easy and kind of see if you could hear somebody talking, and if they were talking, you'd set it down real easy. It was a party line. There was 3 or 4 houses on that same line. I don't know why you had to act like you didn't pick that phone up wanting to use it. I thought if, you picked it up and said, oh, excuse me, I didn't know you're on the phone. My great-grandmother had a neighbor that every time I picked up that phone, but one time. And of course, that was my great-grandmother, my grandmother, and my aunt. They all lived on the same property. They had a little family compound. And it was just easier to go to their house. But I figured, if you let them know you was trying to use phone, somebody might have a little decency and say, do you need to use phone? And hang up. Because they were just gossiping. It's just a bunch of women gossiping. No. Nope. I would just always kind of listen as I was hanging the phone up because, there was telephone tables and you were fancy if you had a telephone table that had a chair beside it. My aunt, her telephone table had a chair, cushioned. Oh, feel crazy, my goodness. Has that always been your screen name, Bill Crazy? Or do you have a different screen name? Yeah, I talked about that last night, Shannon. The Gen Xers got um, gaming consoles, games, internet, but it was dial up, slow as a snail. But hey, it was better than what I had. My boys were in junior high by the time we got internet to our area. Yeah, I did a thing on a Gen Xers last night because some of them on you had money if you had a table and a chair. Yeah, it was connected. The table and the chair was connected. My aunt and uncle, yeah, he was a welder. He made big money, and the mining company that he worked for even wanted him to do side jobs and paid him real big. There's a gated community that the original owner of Slab Fork Coal Company owned, and my uncle was such a talented welder, and it's still up today. It's a double door that goes into, I don't know if it's the restaurant or where they have parties and stuff, but they had somebody design this door and they wanted him to be the one to weld in the colored glass. Paid him big for that. Listen, she thought she was so important. Back then, up until way up in the 80s, there were private dress shops and shoe stores, and I always liked going and looking at stuff. But man, she would call those dress stores. And they weren't cheap. And I'm talking about in the 80s, if you paid 100, $175 for a dress, that was a bunch of money. If there was something I wanted, I had a little account and I'd buy one thing and I'd pay it off in a couple of months and then I'd go get something else. She would call them and tell them to send her 10 or 15 dresses in her size. And then she'd try every one of them on, prance through the house. And then she'd call and say, okay, I've picked out what I want. And she'd always buy 5 or 6 at a time. But they had money. Yes, it's always been last we talked. I was living. Oh. We were, yes. Okay. Yes. I remember that. Yes. We were close because my farm's in Monroe County. I remember that. Yep. Well, I'm glad to see you. Glad you're back. Yeah, I know, Moon. It took me 2 or 3 months to pay my little outfit. And I never was on the highest end of what they sold, but that stuff lasted forever. I don't know where they got their clothes. It lasted forever. Oh my gosh. I ain't answering that question. It's Sunday. Let me have a drama free day. What difference does it make? Oh my goodness. I'm missing my nephew's graduation party today. Not being in West Virginia. Oh, miss my other little nephew's kindergarten graduation. Who is that? Uniquely written. Hi, honey. I am so sorry, but it's good to see ya. It is so good to see ya. Yes, 3 o'clock on Sundays, unless I put in a post, and then 9 o'clock on Friday night. I go there to get hay. beautiful county. Oh, you go there to get hay. I probably know the fella that cuts all the hay. If you go to Monroe County for hay, I know the guy that cuts the hay. And love his heart, he even come and cut my high grass a couple of years ago when I couldn't get to it. Bless his heart. He's a good guy. Um, yeah, but he's the one guy, unless it's farmers that have their own equipment because they have, huge acreage and just do their own and have family to do it. There's this one guy that does all of the hay cutting in Monroe County and other counties. Does a lot, but just about all of it in Monroe County. Uniquely written. 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time Friday night, 3 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time Sunday. And because I realized Fridays I am going up against competition of Dabu, but I watched a little bit of his show and I didn't see any of our people unless they changed their names in his chat. But that doesn't always mean somebody could be watching and not chatting. Um, I have to do this when I'm in the house alone. I cannot do this when anybody is in the house because God forbid I say something, no matter how dumb I think it is, it can be whirled around, twisted around, and used against me later. Yeah. So I don't talk in the house when there's people here. But anyway, Saturday night, we did pretty good last night. But my 2 little commercials I did for TikTok about going to correct the Gen Xers, those 2 videos got about 1,300 views. It didn't help this any. Eggshells. My heart goes out to you. What? Oh. It's been 10 years. It'll be 10 more. And then in 10 years, don't let the door hit you where the good Lord split you. And I mean that with all of the love that I can muster in my heart. Don't wish any harm. But if I live that long, yep, I'm walking on. I ain't looking back. Don't even call me because I ain't going to answer. Don't call, don't text, don't come see me. Even if I die, nobody tell. Oh, Lord, let me rest in peace. Come bring some of that voodoo and try to put a hex on me. Listen, I fight demons daily. Daily. Unless I am doing this live, unless Ethan is watching one of his little movies, I have got something Christian on the TV all the time. And at night, when we sleep, before Homegrown started reading the books of the Bible, I did AOC Network, capital A, little O, C. They do really good videos and movies and stuff if y'all aren't familiar with them. Jared is the one that narrates everything. I played that stuff. I did a playlist. And then I found a channel that was doing, and I'm real sensitive to voices. So it has to be a voice that is soothing to me for me to be able to sleep because I want to hear it, but I also can't be agitated in my sleep. And I like Denzel Washington's voice. And he found Jesus, was saved, baptized. So I would play Denzel Washington stuff, but every night of the world. And even if I lay down and take a nap, I tried it a couple times. And I was having the craziest dreams. It was waking me up in a sweat, and I wouldn't have been asleep no time. So even if I take a nap, this old phone here has got something about Jesus playing on it. Because in the name of the Lord, the devil must flee. And we keep Jesus going all the time up in this room as I go through the house. It's bad. But there are countries, you know what I'm talking about. Me and Ethan just made that trip to a country. There are countries that mix their Christianity and voodoo. Now, can a Christian be overtaken by Satan? No, good and evil can't reside in the same vessel. But can you get a demon attached to you that will affect your actions? Yeah, you can. I've seen it. Live with. Yes, you can. Mm-hmm. There's a spirit of anger. Do you know somebody's just angry all the time? There's a spirit of lying. Lie all the time. There's different spirits that attach themselves, and instead of, when it's pointed out, letting somebody pray for you, you pray for yourself and rebuke um, the evil spirits and have Jesus cast them into the lower pits of hell. It's just like they roll with it. I don't get it. I don't know how we got on this topic. It's crazy. So anyway, I did that in under an hour. It seemed like it was taking me longer. But some of those laws were crazy. And then the urban legends, just because they weren't laws on the books, does not mean it was not told and acted upon as a law in the book. Craziness. Lord have mercy, craziness. Oh my goodness. Who just came in? Somebody just came in new. Look at Ethan. Let's see. Look at that boy. His cowboy boots, shorts, cowboy hat. We'll be in third grade when school starts next year. Just finishing second. And he finished 2 weeks early. Of course, we got him in a private Christian school. And let's see, school's officially out next week. I wouldn't have to send him, but he likes his friends and it's some socialization, positive socialization for him. But she greeted me not this past Thursday, the Thursday before, and said, well, congratulations. He's officially a third grader. I didn't know whether to cheer or cry. Oh my God, my baby. He is a darling. Hey, Susan. Oh, that's good. That's good. I wish I had space to do that again. I don't have space. I have to share half of a refrigerator. When we were in Roanoke, we had 2 refrigerators in the kitchen. Me and Ethan had our own refrigerator. But that was lovely. I was so organized. And now I've got half a refrigerator and half a freezer. So I can't buy up too much. Oh, let me tell y'all something. This has nothing to do with what we were talking about. I bought a pack of 4 pretty good sized pork chops. And they were so big, me and Ethan just eat one apiece. And I laid those pork chops, I put a Ziploc bag on a small baking sheet, and I put the pork chops in there, and I took my hand and move those pork chops and separate them, push that bag down in between those 4 pork chops. And then I put that baking sheet up in the freezer. And instead of wasting more Ziploc bags, I just wanted to try it. And let me tell you, I took that thing off of the baking sheet the next day. I did it one night. The next day I took it off, and those pork chops were just floppy, in that bag with their little indentions between them. And when I went to make pork chops, I told Ethan, I said, I want you to come look what I figured out to do. And I unzipped that bag and pulled out 2 pork chops. They weren't stuck to the bag. They weren't stuck to each other. Just had 2 to thaw. That was amazing. It was amazing. Well, most of my adult life, married life, I had 2 refrigerators, one in the kitchen and one in my garage. And yes, it was great. So your chicken, whatever you're doing, just put them in the Ziploc bag and then take your hand and, mash down and separate each piece on a baking sheet. And then just pop it in the freezer, and then they're all separated, frozen, not sticking together. And then I stack everything in the freezer, so I just kept them separated. I didn't smush them together. But anyway, I used the everyday stuff in the refrigerator. And the biggest reason I wanted a second refrigerator was because I was the one that always did all the holiday cooking. And we would have 20, 22 people. Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, Thanksgiving. It took big bowls of food. And I would make sure my refrigerator in the garage was cleaned out for the holidays with not a lot of extra stuff. And that's where I'd keep the bowls of stuff, as I cooked for a holiday meal. But other than the holidays, I would use that freezer for going to, if you don't have Sam's, it's like Costco, and buying the big bags of cheese sticks and pepperoni rolls and, you know, extra meat that I'd catch on sale and I'd freeze. And I'd use that freezer so it wouldn't take up room for the important things that we needed out of the freezer every day, like ice cream. Oh my gosh. Have y'all seen those Neapolitan ice cream sandwiches? Of course, when I start my diet, we find them. But every once in a while, I cheat because they're little bitty thin things. They're not big, nice ice cream sandwiches like we used to get. Um, but they're Neapolitan. Strawberry, vanilla, and chocolate. Strawberries on one end, chocolate's on the other, and the vanilla's in the middle. The little ice cream sandwich. Have y'all had those? My word, those are good. I didn't know I'd like strawberry ice cream on a chocolate ice cream sandwich. Oh, goodness. Ethan looked at me the other day and he said, well, yeah, they are good. Yep. And they're cheap. Aren't those things under $3 a box? Almost $3 a box. Maybe with tax it would be $3 a box, but that's just about one of the cheapest ice creams you can get. They're far less than those bomb pops that Ethan likes. Hey, there was a ice cream truck that would go around the neighborhood when we were in Roanoke, and that man sold everything on his truck for $1. So we heard ice cream truck, and Ethan went just a flying and didn't even put his shoes on. And he yelled up at me and he said, it's $4, Nanny. I told him, I said, I can buy you a whole box of those for that. I said, I am not paying that man $4 for ice cream. Mm-mm. It just makes no sense. John off grid, I like Edie's ice cream. Yes. Yes, 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 yes. Oh, the one that has the chocolate cherry. Have you tried the chocolate cherry? And then drizzle you some uh, warm Hershey syrup over it. Oh my gosh. Try that, John. Get you some ice. Maybe it was vanilla with cherry in it. I don't remember. But it had cherries, half cherries in it. Those real cherries. And then I'd warm up a little bit. I'd put that bottle in the microwave, warm up that Hershey's chocolate, drizzle that over that whatever cherry you're working on dinner. And it was in a hurry just so I tell you that I love you. I love it when you talk about Jesus. I love Jesus. I started the live tonight with a or tonight today with a scripture. When I'm doing those heavy, crazy topics, but it was Sunday. I wanted to start it with scripture. I was gonna start it with a scripture last night, and I guess my head was still just a little bit fuzzy because I wasn't as funny as I wanted to be. But when we're doing heavy duty topics, I've been trying to do more than one scripture because I don't know anything. Never what? Oh, the cherry ice cream with the chocolate syrup. Let me tell you what even makes it better. Listen, this girl don't suffer with weight all of her life for no reason. Well, my metabolism's low. My body's always been out of whack somehow, some way. But it's not like I sit down and eat a boatload of anything. I mean, I eat it in moderate amounts. But if you want to take that cherry ice cream that you drizzle that warm chocolate syrup over and take it to another level, get you some vanilla wafers like you make nan or pudding out of, and crumble those things on top of that. Now, I don't like nuts on my ice cream, but I had a husband that did, so I would do that, and then I'd crunch him up some nuts and put on top of that. You never had a banana split? I don't like them. What? Say, never had a banana split. I don't like them, but I tried one. You don't like a banana split? Oh my gosh. Now, here's, let me tell you, Sonny. The traditional banana split that Dairy Queen sells with all that junk on it, I don't like those. And I don't like that mountain of their nasty, cheap whipped cream. So when I go to the Dairy Queen, I tell them I want a banana split and I want full halves of the banana, not those little quarters they've been putting on there and tripling the price. But I want the full bananas on it, and I want hot fudge on one of those mounds of ice cream, and I want strawberry on the other mound, and I want just a little bitty, teeny, tiny bit of their pineapple because I don't like the syrup that it's in on the third mound because it's supposed to have 3 mounds in it. And then I tell them just one strip of the cream. But you can give them instructions and make it till you like it. That cherry chocolate vanilla wafer sounds, oh, it is. Oh my gosh, it is. I have not had it in years. I used to make me a little bowl when I had that husband that was an ice cream fanatic. So I haven't had it in years. Have you tried coffee creamer called Love is Blind wedding cake? So good. No, I haven't even seen that. Mm-mm. Is it liquid or powder? Liquid or powder? Uniquely written. I'm so glad y'all are here. I love y'all. Y'all are my good and steadies, like my good and plenties. I just love y'all. I'm so glad that Welder Princess found us. I swear, every live, it seems like almost, not every, but almost every live, somebody new finds us. And that just thrills me to death. Thrills me to death. Liquid. No, I never buy liquid coffee creamer. You're hooked on what, honey? Uniquely written. What are you hooked on? I know, Moon. I know y'all do. I know y'all do. That goes without saying. And we've got some missing that's found us. Sunday's not a good day for trucker and um let me see. I don't know if Orca Crew's laying back in the background or whatever, but he typically don't stay the whole time. Rip might be there in the background, just not commenting. Oh, listen, honey, I'm thankful to be back too. It was a hard time, and when Ethan was really pushing me a year ago, we were in Roanoke, really pushing me to go live. I was absolutely so miserable and so much going on in life that it was all I could do to put on a face for that little boy. And I knew I could not push this button and do that. And then I didn't, well, on the little channel. And I fought so hard to get this channel back. I mean, it was a battle. It was hacked 3 times and taken away from me. The first 2 times was not hard to get back. And then the third time, in the middle of the process, YouTube informed me that I had assigned an administrator to this channel, which I had not, and that they would no longer discuss anything about this channel with me, that I had to get the administrator to contact them. And then the accounts, all of my two-way way to lock things down was hacked. And I just stuck with it. And I said, Lord, when I worked, I always talk to people about Jesus, and any opportunity I get, I try to talk to people about Jesus, and I know it's just a little YouTube channel that I think, YouTube, TikTok, all of them I think's evil. But, I've got some precious people that are gracious enough to spend their time to come and talk, listen to me run my mouth about whatever. I don't get it, but I'm glad you do. I appreciate you, I really do. My own granddaughter told me she wouldn't even watch me. She didn't understand why y'all did. But, and she meant it with all the love in the world. But life was just too hard. I couldn't smile. And then we've got some new people in here. My baby boy that y'all would hear, JK, that had the wreck, that had the brain trauma. He passed away in his sleep last May. May the 24th was a year ago. And wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy. And I just couldn't. And I fought for Ethan. You left somebody else doing your talking, my chance to listen for a change. Listen, I talk to myself. Don't y'all talk to yourself? And I will answer myself. When words come out of my mouth, well, what did I do with whatever? And I think, oh, dummy, you put it here. But I just couldn't. I couldn't smile. You do too, Moon? Good. I couldn't even smile except forcing something for that little boy. I couldn't even grieve. I was so miserable. I would think, okay, while he's in school, just let it fly. You got to get this off your chest. And I would either be crying till I couldn't stop and praying. Never blamed God. Never, 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 never blamed God. Or I couldn't cry at all. I mean, the night that Mike and oldest son came to tell me in Roanoke that he had passed, I was just screaming, I'm so angry, I'm so angry, I'm so angry. That's been over a year now, and I still don't know what I was angry about. Now, thinking, later, I was angry over, I wasn't there his last Thanksgiving to make his sweet potato casserole that I developed my own recipe for that he loved because of ignorance. And there was some things I had some anger with once I got to thinking, about my baby. But that initial response of anger, I don't think I've ever been that mad in my life. Don't even know why. Don't even know why. But I couldn't. I couldn't. And then finally, I was talking to the Lord, and I said, you're trying to teach me something, and I'm going to start praising you for this mess. I said, of course, I praise you because I know my baby's in heaven. I know my boys were saved. My boys believe in Jesus. They were taught just like Ethan. So he's in heaven. I wasn't sad about that. I'm selfish and I miss him. And man, did he have good hugs. That my baby boy just loved me with all of his heart. I mean, head to toe. And was just the joker. He knew he could always make me laugh. The last text I sent them, I had a crazy dream about y'all. This is a joint text. I want y'all to be careful because I could see JK being kind of sucked away. I mean, I had a warning, but I didn't focus on it. I just texted them, said a prayer, told them to be careful no matter what they were doing. If they were with somebody, if they were by themselves, be careful. I had a crazy dream, didn't tell them what the dream was. And of course, my oldest son never answers a text. And JK, I ended it with I love y'all. And JK, with his sense of humor, my last text from him was, I don't love you. And I sent back to him, I know you do. So, I mean, that's just the way he was. But I just couldn't. I just could not until at Christmas time when me and Ethan got to go home for 2 weeks. I was realizing the craziness that was there. Oh, my Lord. And I was praising God for everything. I said, just let me praise you for everything. I know I have not done that when I'm in a bad way. I just ask you to help me be strong, to get through it, to help fix it. But I've never praised you for bad times. I said, so you're trying to teach me something. So I'm going to praise you for all this misery. Thank you, Lord Jesus, for whatever it is you're trying to polish and refine me. Thank you. And thank you for giving me the strength to live through it. Now, would you just kind of let me know what it is you're trying to teach me? It was shut your mouth. Because I've always been the fixer. And I would defend anybody in my family way faster than I would myself. And I would defend somebody to the death. And had some situations that I felt like I needed to defend myself. But it always had to do with where I was going to end up when I die and the words in this book. And of course, I was going to defend both of those things. Lord just wanted me to shut up. Just shut up. Don't deal with craziness. Just shut up. So, I got better. Of course, I'm always, praying the demons away. Yes, it does. And if you pray for somebody that has been mean to you or wronged you horribly, you pray sincerely for that person, you don't even give them a second thought. There's not even any anxiety. If you see that person, you're gonna go plant. Yeah, you don't even have to listen, honey. You go. I wish I was planting a garden. I miss it. I'm getting ready to end, Sonny. Anyway, I just wanted to catch the new ones that's come. I'm so happy. I told you slowly but surely. I've got faith. We're gonna get all of our babies back. You know, we'd have 80 to 120, depending on what the topic was, back in the height of the thing. And we'll get back there. I had that kind of warning dream with my brother. I was so mad after he died. I was mad at myself because I wasn't listening to God. Take him 10 more years to realize that. Well, I wasn't there. I wasn't in West Virginia. And my boys were 42 and 43. And with him, he was alone and he fell asleep with his head back, and he had a swallowing disorder. And I could go in and wake him up and put his feet up on the bed because he'd fall asleep with his feet hanging off the bed, and let him get up and cough. And, from everything from the palate of his mouth to the base of his head on some level was broken in that wreck. And his sinuses were screwed up. He had a swallowing disorder, and I would hear him and I could go in. But it was after his provider had left, and when his dad and his brother was doing an appraisal, and I would have been there had I not been with Ethan, which he wanted me with Ethan, because I could have driven home. It was a 2 hour drive home, hour and a half drive to the farm. I could have driven home. And he said, nope, 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 nope. You stay down there because the minute you come home, Ethan might need something in school. No, you stay there. So he was all about. He loved that little boy. And I don't know if I would have woke him up and let him clear his throat and him not aspirate. I don't know. You know, we'll never know those answers. But I fall back to not wondering of those silly things because God knew us before we were in our mother's womb, and every hair on our head is numbered, and He knows exactly what our last day is. We can shorten or lengthen depending on our lifestyle and that kind of stuff, but um, I wouldn't bring him back for nothing. I can't imagine what he's seeing. Oh my gosh. But I can't wait to see him. And I'm selfish and I miss him. Of course I miss him. But I wouldn't bring him back for nothing. I thank God every day when I get too sad for picking me to be the earthly mother of that precious little soul for 42 years. And I am grateful for that. I am. With all my heart. All my heart. I've got, you have a hard time with those messages from God. Yeah, it can be tough. We can be chastised. You know, you know, we're his children, you know. But I've got pictures of my baby that doesn't make me sad. I did grief therapy for years. Let me tell you, when it's your child, and I would imagine it'd be the same thing with a grandchild. All those phases go right out the window. But this was him and my granddaughter's mama when they were married. But that picture does not make me sad. That picture makes me happy because that was a happy time in his life. That was before the wreck. And he remembered the wreck and he remembered his life before the wreck. And he knew he was different and he knew that life was never going to be like it was. And that made him sad. And he really had no life. So now he does. Now he does. And he's got his healthy little body back. So you wouldn't mind the visit? Well, I don't know. This world's awful evil. Oh, he's among the angels, and the Tree of Life and the River of Life or whatever that river. And I mean, golly, mad. Shane Winnings did a thing taking all of the descriptions out of the Bible of heaven and plugging it into AI and asking it to make pictures of what he was describing, and then he did a little video, and I'm quite sure that it is nothing close to the beauty, but even with just what we know and imagining, it was still so beautiful. So anyway, I love y'all. I haven't had anything to eat yet today. And I actually made deviled eggs to have something different on this carnivore diet. Um, so I'm gonna go have me some deviled eggs. Occam's razor. Were you here earlier? Are you saying bye? Did I speak to you? I sure don't want to leave you out. Um, but I will see y'all Friday at 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Let's see. Oh, you're doing. Yes. Oh, you are too? Yes, yes, yes. I've lost half of myself. Well, 2 5-pound bags of potatoes is the way I keep myself going. When I lost my first 5 pounds, I thought, whoa, 5-pound bag of potatoes. Think how much fat that was. So I said that to Ethan. I said, oh my gosh, I've lost a 5-pound bag of potatoes off of myself. I said, now, he said, well, how many bags of potatoes you want to lose? I said, 5. And probably more than that by the time it's over. It's good to see y'all. I love y'all. I do. I really do. But yeah, I love that carnivore diet. Now, I eat too much of the processed meat than I should, but I love to cut up those Johnsonville sausages with the cheddar cheese and jalapenos in it. I do one of those and then one regular with just the cheese in it, and 2 scrambled eggs and onions and green peppers. And then when it's done, I fold in cheese and melt on it. And sometimes I eat, jarred jalapenos or banana peppers or hot sauce or, because I taste better. My taste is still screwed up from that virus. Uh, you can't quit your brats. Well, why would you have to? I like Johnsonville. I mean, I know we're not supposed to eat, even on the carnivore diet. That stuff has some sugars and carbs in it. But as long as you keep your carbs under 50 carbs a day, you're going to lose weight. It's going to be slower, but you're still going to lose weight. Still going to lose weight. I don't know. I was taking pictures every week and watching my weight loss. First place I gain weight and lose weight is in my face. Always. Always has been. I guess it always will be. Oh my gosh, I got a cramp in my rib. Jeez. I hate that. I hate it when that happens. Oh, I'll show y'all something. I don't care. If it helps encourage somebody, I don't care. You can't be prideful, no how. Okay. And my little man. Can y'all see my face? That was December. See the difference in my face? No. Put it on this side. Can you tell how I've lost weight in my face? You're a whole lot of woman. That's okay. I love you. I don't care. Listen, I've never worried about somebody's looks. You can tell. Yep. You can tell. Now I'm losing and it's sagging. Worse. I need a facelift. Oh my gosh. But yeah, I had them side by side. And I came out and had my shirt pulled up so you could see my pants. And I told Ethan, I said, yeah, mine always does anyway. I said, look at this. I can actually look at my body. Of course, I mean, I had pants on and I didn't pull above my bra. That I've lost weight. And he went, oh my gosh, Nanny. He said, okay, it's time for you to stop. It drives that boy crazy because I can't have carbs. And I cook different from him than I do myself. It drives the first couple of weeks. Oh, can't you, I told him, I said, I'm going to have one cheat day a week. I said, it's probably going to be on Sunday because that boy loves spaghetti at least once a week. I said, on Sunday, I'll make you spaghetti and I'll cheat on Sunday. I said, but I'll eat more of the sauce than I do the noodles and I'll make myself salad and it won't, be too horrible. But I don't know. I got a bite of those carbs. I didn't make a pasta last week because the week before, man, I could eat that whole pot. And I wouldn't. But yeah, it drives him crazy. Oh, well, that's good enough, Nanny. You can quit now. So I started, he loves tuna salad and chicken salad, making that and putting it in romaine leaves. And I know romaine lettuce is not good. And that's probably where I know the tests were to put crap in. But you can make nice little boats out of them to put your chicken salad and tuna salad in. And we're probably all full of that crap spraying the air anyway. And so he got a big kick out of it. He likes me to roll up chicken salad and tuna salad in that romaine lettuce, and he'll eat it with me. And then he loves deviled eggs, and I made deviled eggs. So that stuff that I can eat, now he's not paying as much attention to it. Oh, honey, I'm so sorry. I didn't know pasta sauce caused inflammation. Is it because of the sugar in it? I don't know. All right, we're at an hour and 47. I'm going to go. I'm so glad to see the new ones that found us today. My word. I will see you at that and the tomatoes. Tomatoes cause inflammation. I didn't know that. I love tomatoes. I eat tomatoes with anything I can. Oh, Lord. Okay. 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time on Friday. I have no idea what I'll talk about. I'll figure out something. But you can watch for my commercial. I'll tell you in my commercial. My little short. I call them my commercials. So anyway, I love y'all. Have a safe week. Don't be scared. Just be prepared. Prep that heart with the love of Jesus and the gifts of the Spirit, and say your prayers, talk to the Lord, read the Word, listen to the Word, however you need to get it. But stay safe, and the Lord willing, and the creek don't rise. I will see you at 9 o'clock on Friday night. I love y'all. Bye-bye. That didn't work. It was going to cause me to report Occam's razor for something. Her name's right at the X. Okay, let's try it again. But I do love you. Bye-bye.